Now, this is something that I really didn't get good at until honestly like 2 years ago. Sometimes you have to channel someone else. Listen, even Beyonce needed to channel Sasha Fierce, okay? What is up, you guys? It's me, Gaylyn Lareese, and welcome back to another dance tip video here on my channel. Today, I'm gonna talk to you guys all about how to look confident when you dance. A lot of times, if you see a dancer that really makes a lasting impression, sometimes it doesn't have to really do with the dance steps that they do. It has to do with their charisma. It has to do with their confidence that they exude when they dance. And sometimes that can be a little bit hard to tap into. Even if you're just at a party or out at a night with friends, being more confident can help you feel so much better when you go to dance that you want to dance more often and want to do those things more often. These tips are going to be for you if you are just someone who wants to look and feel more confident when you go out for a night out and you're dancing, or maybe you're at a reception at a wedding, or this is also for you if you are a professional dancer or you're looking to become a professional dancer and you really want to just add that extra bit of Riz. Let's jump in. My first tip is for my training dancers and my folks who just want to be better at dancing socially, and that is to dance from the center of your chest. If you're kind of dancing closed off, it can also make your dancing just look more awkward, and it won't make people want to join you in dancing. And obviously dancing is a whole lot more fun if you're doing it with other people. A lot of my dance background really is in technical dance, so ballet, jazz, and modern, and one of the biggest things that I took away from those different styles is the importance of your posture when you dance. A lot of times you're gonna hear "don't look down" when you dance, but a lot of dance moves require you to look down. What they're really saying is keep your chest up and open. Having an open chest when you dance makes you automatically look more inviting and more confident to the people who are watching you dance. You don't have to stick your chest out, but just keep your shoulders back and keep your, I believe this is called your décolletage. Keep this area open. This is really gonna make a difference for my training dancers if you are going for an audition. I can tell you guys, I feel like when I step into a room, other dancers really notice me, especially when I go to dance, and that also works when it comes to an audition. That also is gonna give off more positive energy to the other dancers in the room and the choreographer in the room. And choreographers are often looking for people who they want to enjoy being with in the rehearsal, because those are the people who they're gonna be spending the most time with. So having more of an open energy from your posture, from the center of your chest, is just gonna show that you are more enjoyable to be around all the time, not just in the audition, but in the studio as well. My second tip for looking and feeling more confident to make a good impression when you dance is to freestyle without needing any permission, especially when it comes to being, you know, at parties or in clubs or whatever. Everyone's kind of like looking around to see who's gonna start dancing first. And if you're doing that, chances are everyone's waiting on everyone else and then no one's dancing, which is why right now in clubs, people don't be dancing. Dance without needing any permission or validation from other people. And this could just simply be dancing at the bar. Sometimes I dance in the mall. If there's really good music on, I'm dancing from store to store. Like, integrate dance into your life in general so that it doesn't feel like something so unnatural to you when it comes time for people to expect you to. When it comes to being a training dancer, a lot of times, again, people are waiting for the teacher or the choreographer to tell them, I want you to freestyle at this part, or freestyle at the end of the dance here, instead of just doing that. There's music on, and a lot of times people will also wait until the very end of class to freestyle when you've had so many opportunities to freestyle before. Go ahead and start freestyling as you're learning the choreography so that the movement can start coming into your freestyle as well. The thing that makes freestyles look really great when people see them is how the choreography and then your freestyle blend seamlessly into each other. And that's much more hard to pull off when you haven't had a chance to practice that. I did an entire video like this one on how to freestyle if you're scared. So if you're scared that you're gonna look, you know, a little bit crazy, go ahead and watch that video, get those tips, because I promise you guys those will make a huge difference when you go to incorporate it in whatever class or audition you're in. My third tip is for my training dancers, and that is to travel. Oh my gosh. There is nothing more frustrating than seeing beautiful dancers who just dance underneath themselves. Dance big, really push through your pelvis when you move through the space and use the space that you're given. I understand if you're taking, you know, a class that has a lot of people, you have to be very strategic about this. So you might have to wait until you get into smaller groups to really use the space and travel. But honestly, you can fit this in as you're learning as well. But what this requires is that you go and stand in the front. So a lot of times people who are already nervous about picking up the choreography, they're standing in the back and they're the ones who are dancing tiny. And if you're standing back there with them, again, that energy is gonna rub off on you, and they expect you to dance small just like they're dancing small. So they're gonna get in your way. And as someone who is really short, 5'2", I'm telling you, people are always getting in my way because they expect that I'm gonna dance small. No, I dance big. In addition to traveling, also use up and take more space when it comes to your actual body. Stop dancing with little chicken wing arms. Really use the full extent of your limbs. This is gonna also make you, again, look so much more confident and open and inviting. If you're gonna touch your body when you dance. You know what I mean? Don't kind of, you know, we're grown or growing up. I don't know how old you are. You know, take this with a grain of salt, whoever's watching. If you're gonna be throwing your head, really throw that thing to the side, or give, you know, a big movement, make the movement bigger. My goodness, dance bigger. These things are all gonna make you look like a much more confident dancer and make you look like you really understand how to use your body. It is very easy to tell someone who isn't really comfortable in their skin, you know? And one of those ways that you can tell is because they literally look uncomfortable when they dance. Have a good time, and I promise you that energy is actually gonna rub off on other people, and it's gonna be because your energy is so much more inviting in the room and makes them feel more confident to do the same. My fourth tip for looking and feeling more confident when you dance is to channel a character. When you are going to dance and you're not really confident in it yet, sometimes you have to act like you're not yourself. Sometimes you have to channel someone else. Listen, even Beyonce needed to channel Sasha Fierce. Okay? And don't feel embarrassed if that's something that you have to do. One of the things that helped me was understanding what my sexy character was. And for me, that involves wearing makeup. The whole process of me doing my makeup and getting myself together helps me channel this other character that I want to really show off when I dance. Sometimes it has to do with what you wear. Finding the pieces of clothing that really make you feel your best and most confident before you even start dancing will help you look more confident when you go to dance. I did a video a long time ago on outfits that you can wear to a heels class. So if you want to check out some different options, I'll link that up top and down below. So sometimes for some people that's jewelry. Some people feel much more confident when they have a certain pair of pants that have a certain cut. Keeping these things in mind will make it so that when you go to dance, you're less self-conscious about other things. And then after a while, that character will start to be a part of you. And you'll start to realize like, oh yeah, like I am that girl. My fifth tip for helping you look and feel more confident when you dance is to really use your focus and stop getting spacey eyes. Now, this is something that I really didn't get good at until honestly like 2 years ago, especially because I think I have astigmatism and my eyes have a very hard time focusing in general. I wouldn't actually look at something when I'm dancing. I think this also often comes from us being so used to seeing ourselves in the mirror and watching ourselves in the mirror that we forget when it's time to perform, there's gonna be another person on the opposite end of that. And so you have to get used to actually looking at things when you dance so that you have a sense of intentionality and you can look more confident, like I know what I'm doing, I know where I'm going, and that will often rub off on other people as they're watching you. Something I've found that really helps when it comes to dancing on camera, if you want to look more confident dancing on camera, is to literally look at the camera lens. Not the whole camera, This is me looking at the whole camera. This is me looking at the camera lens. Do you see the difference? Changing your focus, although you may not realize it, also changes the shape that your facials will make. So it slightly changes where your eyebrows are, it slightly changes the angle of your head. And when it comes to doing this, this means that your focus is going to change as you are dancing. So when you're dancing and there's a movement to the front, you're looking forward. But then if there's something that makes you look to the side, instead of just moving your head to the side and letting your eyes drift with it, look to the side. Actually look where you are facing. Keeping your eyeballs in the center, your pupils in the center of your eyeballs will help you also make more of a connection to the person who's watching you dance, which doesn't seem like it's a huge deal, but it really makes a big difference. My sixth tip for looking and feeling more confident when you dance is for my training dancers, and that is to move around the room. You may remember that I gave this tip to help you get better at picking up choreography, but this also helps you look more confident. If you are standing in one spot of the room, sometimes it can feel like you're hiding. Sometimes dance teachers, they aren't actually scanning the entire room all the time. Sometimes they're kind of keeping their focus in one place, and so they might not actually see you. But if they notice that you're here, and then all of a sudden they notice that you're over here, and then all of a sudden they notice that you're over here, it'll show off that you know the choreography, and it'll show off that you're able to dance around other dancers very well. I know it can be so easy to be like, this is my spot in the mid, back, to the left, or whatever, but doing that, all it does is keep you in your comfort zone, and when you are put in a spot that's not that spot, it'll make you feel even less confident about doing the movement. So go ahead and move around the room, dance in different spots, and see how that makes you feel as you learn the choreography in class or in an audition. My seventh and final tip for helping you look and feel more confident can go for anyone who loves dance, but that is to be courteous and kind to other dancers or people who are in the room. There's something about a dancer who is kind that just makes other people attracted to them. It shows that you don't have a whole bunch of insecurities and that you are open to having connections with other people. Also, something that really goes a long way is complimenting. I swear to God, flattery will get you everywhere. Don't be fake about it. But if you see someone who dances really well, or you loved how they put their outfit together for class or anything like that, tell them. If you think their hair looks good, tell them. Not only will it make you feel better, it'll make everyone around you feel better as well and make them more likely to dance with you. And that is it, you guys. I know, especially when you're a training dancer, it can feel like you have to be the best dancer in the room, that you have to be amazing at every single step. And I know that there are so many other talented dancers out there, so looking confident is going to be something that is just going to add that extra to your dancing. I promise you guys, people are not looking for dancers who are the best dancer in the room all the time. Sometimes they are, but there are just as many people who are looking for dancers who are enjoyable to have in rehearsal, who are enjoyable to have around, and who are confident enough to try new things when they give their choreography to you. And the same goes for when you are just dancing out with friends. People want to dance with people who look like they enjoy it, not people who look like they're, you know, self-conscious or thinking about how weird they look all the time. People want to have a good time, basically, is what it comes down to. If you enjoyed this video, then please be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I've got tons of other dance tips on this channel, and I've got more coming to you. And you can see my choreography and vlogs and all other kinds of stuff, but I'll leave that choice up to you. I'll see you guys in my next video next weekend. Later.